Welcome back to Stina Smiles. This is the corner of the internet where we talk about everything and nothing at the same time. Today, we talk about what it's like being a single 25-year-old girl who lives alone and who grew up poor. But before we get into it, all that fun stuff, today's mug of the day is dad joke. Loading, please wait. I got this on Mother's Day when I bought my mom a whole bunch of mugs that I kind of wanted to keep for myself. But this is the one I got. It's a nice big fat, if you guys could see how big it is, but it is huge. It's deep. And oh my God, is this cup of coffee good? This video is probably going to be really short, maybe up to like 12 minutes long at the longest, because I realized that I should be able to watch and like my content all the way through. But also it's hard to determine whether or not I like my content, because while I'm editing, I'm laughing while I'm recording, I'm giggling while I'm editing, and by the time I post it, I'm so sick of hearing my voice that it makes me like, I do some things that I cannot say on the internet without getting banned, you know? So it's really hard to determine on whether or not I like my content. And I have a bunch of friends that have found me or has asked what my YouTube handle is. Hi, girly, I just realized that you were the one commenting on my shorts. I knew it was you on my YouTube, like the actual video. I don't know if I'm supposed to be calling your name out. Hi, Rayanne. I knew it was you commenting on my video, but I didn't realize that it was the same user commenting on my shorts too. Appreciate the love, girl. And I'll probably text you and ask you if I could call your name out. She also said she'd do the podcast. So we're gonna need to ask some questions about her life and how she's been and what she wants to talk about and whether or not she wants to talk about it. How do you become a main character? What does it take? And how long will it be? How long will it take me to force you to put your story on the internet? I already have 3 people in mind that I want to ask a bunch of questions to. I have a 4th one in mind, but I'm not really sure if they really want to get down. I think I want to interview a bunch of my siblings. I have a bunch of siblings, and when I say a bunch of siblings, apparently I'm going to interview all of them. Because I mean, my little brother has like had 3 concussions by the time he was like 5. I want to know how that worked out for him. I just took off my Crocs because this is an inside show. I hope the lighting is good. I'm over here blinding myself. And I just want to let you know that it is recording. Some goals I have for this video. I keep wanting to call everything I do content. This format of content that I do, specifically the ones I release on Sunday, I want it to be very me forward. I want it to be all the things that I don't tell people because I don't talk about myself. I don't like to burden people with me. I am a very closed book girly, and I enjoy that. But also, it hurts me so bad that people aren't asking like, hey, what's up? What's wrong? How you doing? Because what I'll tell them is like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, just work. And I oh, I gotta film a YouTube video and I'm editing and I have to film a bunch of TikTok content and like and follow me on Instagram. Because it's not embarrassing, but it's like, I've already lost X amount of followers on Instagram because people are haters, you know? And I'm trying so hard to figure out who's unfollowing me on Instagram. Because, like, what are you doing? Probably the people that also follow me on TikTok. They're like, why is she posting the same things everywhere? It's because I'm not that creative. I'm creative, but I'm not that creative. But I just found out the key to posting on Instagram, the same video on Instagram and TikTok, is that TikTok is, less personable. So they don't really know you and they want to get to know you. And Instagram is where you could like trauma dump. Yeah. Be funny on TikTok, trauma dump on Instagram. But that's where I'm at right now with my social media journey. I feel like my YouTube shorts are blowing up. Maybe just like a feeling after getting like 3 likes. I feel great. But I was using my wheel today, my little choice wheel, because I stopped doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo when I'm doing choices or trying to make a choice. I just downloaded a wheel app to make my choices for me. And that's what I did today. I'm freaking out over the decisions I have to make. I have like $200 in my bank account. I have to pay my internet bill, which is down, by the way. You want me to pay an internet bill for something I haven't been able to use for 3 days, dog? It's not even gonna be up till tonight. On Thursday morning, it said it'll be up Friday at 6:30. And now it's Saturday morning. It says it's not going to be up till tonight. And then you want me to pay an $80 bill tomorrow? That's ridiculous. I've been off for 3 days now and I haven't been able to play Fortnite once. That's what it's like living alone in your 20s. In the 20s. Sorry. I tend to talk to myself a lot, which is, again, brings me back to the wheel. I'm really bad at decision making. I'd rather have somebody else make my decisions for me, which is probably a really good therapy, which is why living alone is probably really good therapy for me right now. As if I were to be living with somebody, they'd be making all my decisions for me. I'd just be saying yes, whatever. And then I'd grow resentment for all the things that they do. And make me do. Make myself do. This coffee is so good. But, sorry, still continuing. I haven't even got to the part that I'm really stressed out about. I paid rent today, which I was lagging on. I usually pay it as soon as I get my check. But I got my check yesterday. And I didn't pay it. And then I was standing in line at the Alex Warren. I was standing in line at the Alex Warren concert, and Lyft took money out my account. And I'm like, why? Who's taking a $40 Lyft? And I'm Googling it. They're like, it's either a scam or it's just Lyft seeing if your card still works. And you'll either get it back or it's a scam. But it's not in my rider history, and they're not letting me dispute it on my card. So now I'm scared that I have my identity stolen again. I'm terrified that I have bad credit. But I don't like being stressed out. And I've tried to be really go with the flow, but I don't think that's who I am. I enjoy living here alone, but having to pay all of my bills, clean up after myself, and then get trashed. I have no money for fun. I have nothing left. I have nothing left to give, and it's why I created a YouTube channel. Oh, it's so fitting. I need to start clip farming myself. They told me I'm going on so many tangents right now. My internet, I've been saying my internet. I've been using the term my internet for in replace of the words FYP. My internet has been telling me to just do it, basically. They say YOLO. You only live once, for all you youngins who don't know what that means. This is so sad. My coffee's out. What it's like being a 25-year-old woman who lives alone in Portland, Oregon. My coffee's almost out and I can't make another one because I have I was gonna say I have no water. I have no creamer. And I can't make it exactly how I want it. So I really have to get to the point of this. My apartment complex, the owner, they don't want cars sitting out in the parking lot that doesn't have up-to-date tags. But there's like there are 50 parking spaces that aren't being used, and I parked my car in the worst possible parking space. I'm not taking up anybody's like space, and if they tow my car, nobody's going to use that parking space because when it rains, I live in Portland, by the way, and it's raining 100% of the time. When it rains, there's a full puddle around my car. Who needs that parking space? Nobody needs that parking space. They're going to tow my car because a homeless man broke into it, and then they're going to raise my rent because they had to put a screen in my window, even though I still had the screen and all they had to do was email me and tell me to put my screen back up. I'm not allowed to use an air conditioner that hangs outside my window. I don't know. I don't know why. They want me to keep my heater on because they don't want mold to grow. How about fix your mold problem? Oh. They tell me I can't smoke inside, which makes sense. I agree with that, but I also can't smoke outside. They want me to pay for a house and live in a house that I can't do anything in. I'm hardly even here and they're out to get me. I have alarms going off at 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm pretty sure my neighbors hate me, but it's not my fault. We live in an apartment with paper thin walls. And I try to be respectful. I walk on my tiptoes most times. I'm either at work or inside. Pet rent is a scam. They literally charge you for anything and everything. At some point, we're going to be in the Lorax and they're going to charge people to breathe. I can't do this anymore. We live in a simulation. And they are bamboozling us. And we're just allowing it because we're like, yeah, this is America. Why is this America? America is a made-up word. Same as just a bunch of cuss words that now we can't say anymore because somebody said they were bad words and inappropriate. And at some point they didn't even have a meaning. I want to know who the first person, like what was the situation to where the first person was like, fuck. And then the old lady behind him, they were like, what does that mean? And why do I feel offended? You know? Why are you offended? It's just some words like it's some letters thrown together. Why are you offended? I'm not doing good. Mentally, physically, emotionally, I'm not doing good. And I'm out of coffee. And I don't want to stop recording. And I have to edit and my Wi-Fi's down. What it's like being a 25-year-old who lives alone, it's pain. And you don't have an option to move back in with your parents. Because that'll be more painful than suffering. What it's like being a 25-year-old person that lives alone. It's the most peaceful loneliness you'll ever find in your life. Nobody bothers you when you cry. And you don't have to spend money on anybody but yourself. But you won't have any money to spend anyway. You can walk around naked. Unless you live in an apartment complex, then somebody's always watching you. You could wake up at any time. Unless your walls are paper thin. Or you don't wake up at all. I really need to start waking up on my first alarm. I think that's the problem, really. I gotta get out of here.
Bitch, I'm fresh like Nike, cold like icy. All these people fake, that's why they acting like they like me. Oh, they treat me nicely. Oh, I think that's nicey, but